Okay, good afternoon, dear students. We are going to start today. We have decided to start with a question. You should keep in mind, and at the end of the class, you will probably have an answer for it. How many of you have tried to understand a conversation between two native speakers and failed in the attempt? You may know the reason for this today. Let's start with a little contextualization. What do we mean by the term connected speech? All language modify complicated sequences in connected speech to simplify the articulation process. But the manner in which this is done varies from one language to another. Furthermore, most native speakers are totally unaware of such simplification processes and are often surprised or even shocked when these are pointed out to them. The difference between the citation forms and the modified connected speech form are not just matter of chance. Clear patterns are distinguishable. English people speak so fast is a complaint that we all often hear, and sometimes ignorance of the vocabulary used is not the reason for their lack of comprehension. Many times we see a spoken sentence in its writing form and we have no trouble comprehending. Why is this? The reason, it seems, is that speech is a continuous stream of sounds, without clear-cut borderlines between each word. In spoken discourse, we adapt our pronunciation to our audience and articulate with maximal economy of movement rather than maximal clarity. Thus, certain words are lost and certain phonemes linked together as we attempt to get our message across.
Now I'm going to talk about rhotic and non-rhotic accent regarding the linking R. A rhotic accent generally has a notable R in pronunciation. A non-rhotic accent, however, does not have the R in final or pre-consonantal positions. Rhotic accent speakers pronounce a rhotic consonant R in words like car, bar, far, hard, farm, and first. Non-rhotic speakers, for example, speakers of British English and Australian English, do not articulate the R in all of such words. That is, rhotic speakers articulate R in all positions, while not rhotic speakers pronounce R only if it is followed by a vowel sound in the same phrase or prosodic unit as a linking and intrusive R. In linguistic terms, non-rhotic accents are said to exclude the sound R from the syllable coda before a consonant or prosodic break. Here are some examples. Far and far, pot and port, stare and stare, staring and stirring, right and right.
Sorry, my microphone was off. Well, now I'm going to talk about Peter Roach. Well, Peter Roach is a British retired phonetician. Peter's main interest is in the phonetics of English, where his publications include English Phonetics and Phonology and the Cambridge English Pronouncing Dictionary. But his best-known publication is in English Phonetics and Phonology, the book from which have selected the information to talk about linking R. We decided to choose him because he had a great interest in speech perception and in computer analysis of speech, and we realized that he put his life in the different studies of phonetics. So for this reason, it's why we choose the next definition.
Okay, We've been hearing about definitions, Peter Roach, the non-rhotic and rhotic accent, but now I'm going to tell you what is linking R. Here we have a definition by Peter Roach, and he says that in our hypothetical mechanical speech, all words would be separate units placed next to each other, in sequence. In real connected speech, however, we sometimes link words together. The most familiar case is the use of the linking R. The phoneme R cannot occur in syllable final position in RP, but when a word's spelling suggests a final R and a word beginning with a vowel follows, the usual pronunciation for RP speakers is to pronounce with R. Okay, in other words, in standard British English, the RP, the letter R after a vowel sound at the end of a word is often not pronounced. But when the following word begins with a vowel, the R sound is pronounced to make a kind of a smooth link.
Now let's see some examples. Well, with linking R sound, this should be, is this gold pure or not? While no linking R sound, this should be, pure gold is valuable.
Okay, the next one, with the linking R sound, the door is open, and no linking R sound, the door was blue.
The next one, with linking R sound, a year is 12 months, and no linking R sound should be, a year lasts for 12 months.
And the next one is the same. The future is bright, the future will come.
Now let's see more examples.
The first example is, where is John?
4 apples.
The car is mine.
This year is going to be amazing.
Brother-in-law.
Sister-in-law.
Mother-in-law.
Father-in-law. Here we pronounce the R because the following word starts with a vowel.
Okay, let's practice linking R. There we have 2 recordings, and you are going to identify the differences between each other. And you also are going to tell me what the audio says. You may need to take notes of what you hear in order to remember. So let's listen.
You know, I really like my mother-in-law. Have you been to the Tower of London? You've got something in your eye. Never again. You know, I really like my mother-in-law. It'll help you become a better listener and a more fluent speaker.
Sorry, could you listen it?
Not at all. It's too.
No? Oh, sorry. I'm going to share the screen again. What about now?
You know, I really like my mother-in-law. Have you been to the Tower of London? You've got something in your eye. Never again.
Could you listen now?
No, it's the same.
Oh, I don't know.
You know, I really like my mother-in-law.
Maybe I can put the audio from my phone, so this way you can listen. Give me a second.
Like my mother-in-law. Have you been to the Tower of London? You've got something in your eye. Never again. You know, I really like my mother-in-law. Have you been to the Tower of London? You've got something in your eye. Never again.
Now I'm going to put the second recording.
It'll help you become a better listener and a more fluent speaker. It'll help you become a better listener and a more fluent speaker.
Okay. In the first recording, what sentence did you hear? Someone wants to tell me? Or I choose someone?
Sorry, can we listen it again, please?
Yes,
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm gonna put the first recording.
You know, I really like my mother-in-law.
Have you been to the Tower of London?
You've got something in your eye.
Never again.
And now I'm going to put the second recording.
It'll help you become a better listener and a more fluent speaker.
Could you listen now?
Yes.
Okay. What sentence did you hear? Javier.
Yes, I listen. I've got something in my eye.
Okay. What about Felipe? Felipe Ibáñez? Javier Ignacio?
Yeah, I heard something like, have you ever been in the Tower of London? Something like that.
Okay. What about the second recording? I can see the names here. Inoshka? What did you hear?
I think I am a fluent speaker.
Sorry?
I am a fluent speaker.
Okay. So someone wants to tell me what is the difference in pronunciation between each other?
The letter R.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
The letter R.
Okay, let's go to the answers. Here are the answers. In the first recording, we have, I really like my mother-in-law. Have you been to the Tower of London? You've got something in your eye. Never again. And in the other, we have, it'll help you become a better listener and a more fluent speaker. Just to clarify, since we said it before, in the first recording, we have the linking R. For example, in the first sentence, we have mother, and the next word begins with a vowel. So the R sound is pronounced to link the two words. And in the second one, we don't have the linking R because British English is a non-rhotic accent, and they usually don't pronounce the sound R. Now we are going to do some speaking exercises. Someone wants to try? Or I choose someone?
Yes, I can go first.
Okay.
Should I read the first one? The first one, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes.
His hair is dark. His hair was dark.
Okay, can you try again, please, with a British accent?
Okay, I'll try. His hair is dark. His hair was dark.
Okay. So can you read the next one, please?
Yes, my brother is younger. My brother lives there.
Okay. What about Felipe?
I'm here.
Yes,
The third.
yes, the third.
Okay. Can we cure it? Can we cure cancer?
Okay, can you repeat, please, with a British accent?
I try.
Mhm.
Can we cure it? Can we cure cancer?
Okay, very good.
Okay. Just to make it clear, we want to say something. When the linking R, as we said, the linking R is how in this case, the British people pronounce the R, okay? So when we have these sentences, for example, the first one, his hair is dark. When we after the letter R, when we have a vowel sound, we pronounce the R. His hair is dark. But when we do not have a vowel sound after the R, we do not pronounce it. His hair was dark. Okay? Just to make it clear, I do not know if you understand. That is the linking R. I don't know if someone can answer it.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
it is clear, I think. It is.
Okay, someone can tell us what is the linking R in simple words.
Yes, when you have a word that ends in R and then the next word begins with a vowel sound, we pronounce the R sound, the linking R. And if we
Yes.
don't vowel in the next word, we we don't have to pronounce it.
Yeah, perfect. That is the linking R. Thank you.
Well, now we have a food plate. I'm gonna give you the pin. Okay. Can you see the pin?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Teacher, you can play too if you want.
Thank you.
Okay, it seems that there are enough people. I don't know if someone else is going to connect. Okay, Javi. Good.
Yeah, sorry, my computer was freezing. I don't know why.
Okay, it doesn't matter, don't worry. Okay, should we start the game?
Yes, miss.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay, let's
let's
start.
play. That was a good answer. Yes, aerotic and aerotic accent the same? No. Someone knows why they are not the same or are different between them? Maybe. Okay,
The
as we said there,
pronunciation.
yes,
Sorry, I said the pronunciation.
yeah, the pronunciation of what?
That's
Of the R
one.
sound?
Yes,
Yes.
that's good.
In
Thank you.
general American accent is rhotic and the RP accent is non-rhotic.
Is linking R part of connected speech? Yes, very good. Peter Roach is a
You were all correct. Good.
rhotic accent speakers.
Okay, as you can see here, the rhotic accent speakers pronounce a rhotic consonant R. So the answer, the first one, do not articulate the R. That was wrong, and the other ones too. Rhotic accent speakers pronounce the R.
Javi, you're very good.
Always. Oh yes, Javi.
Okay, in British English, the letter R before a vowel sound is
No.
no.
Okay, as we said, the letter R before a vowel sound in the linking R, it is pronounced. Okay, do not forget that because that is the linking R.
Yes, it is always
Okay.
pronounced in order to make a softly change and the link the sound.
Yes, a kind of a bridge between the R and the next vowel. Okay.
Yes, you can remember like that, like a bridge.
Very good.
Now we have another true or false. A rhotic accent generally has an audible R in pronunciation. What do you think? Very good. The answer was true.
Well, this is the last question. In British English, the letter R after a vowel sound at the end of the word is
Okay, like Javi win. Second place we have Karen, and the first place, who is the winner?
Patrick.
Patrick.
Very good. We don't have prize for you,
Congratulations.
but we are happy.
We are proud.
Yes.
Professor and classmates, that was our small class. We hope that this has helped you to understand the use of linking R. Thanks for your attention, and if you have any doubt, you can ask them now.
Do you have any question?
Javi.
Yes, I have a question. The last question made me doubt about the final sound of a British accent on the letter R. Uh, can you give me an example of a sentence where the letter R in British accent is pronounced?
When the R is pronounced.
Yeah, at the final sound.
Okay.
Because
Um.
the answer was it often pronounced, right?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
letter
I thought
as
you must be.
okay as we said, the linking R, it tells us how the non-Rhotic speakers pronounce the R, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what you need to know is that when we have, for example, if I say my father is the man over there, did I pronounce the R in father? My father is the man over there.
Yes. Or not.
I did it. I pronounced the R. Okay, my father is. What
Okay.
I'm in other in other sentence, he is my father. My father. When what I'm trying to say is that when you have a vowel sound after an R, a sound of R, you pronounce the R. Okay, that is the linking
I
R.
can give an example of that with, for example, 4 apples. In that sentence, we pronounce the R because the word apples start with a vowel. So we have to pronounce the R to make a bridge and a connection in the speech.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Javier.
Juan. Juan. Yep.
Yeah, I have a question about the rhotic and non-rhotic accent. I always get confused about that, and I didn't catch the information. Which is one, which is rhotic and which is non-rhotic?
General American is rhotic accent and RP is non-rhotic accent.
Yes,
General.
Okay.
because Rhotic accent generally has an audible R in pronunciation. They always pronounce the R. A non-Rhotic accent, um, like British English, sometimes pronounce the R, and sometimes they no, do not pronounce it.
Thanks.
Australian English also are non-rhotic. Anyone else have another question? I guess no.
What
Tamara.
is Tamara?
It's not a question, but it was a good presentation.
Thank you,
I
Tamara.
just want to say congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for the feedback.
Yes. Well, I guess this is the end of our presentation. This is from where we get the information. As I said before, from the book of Peter Roach, and a link from where we get the examples.
Yes, and also we want to say that if you have any question you can ask us about this, you, you can do it for WhatsApp or whatever you want.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, thanks a lot for your presentation or a slash micro teaching session. A very clear, quite organized, and I think contain the major aspects of Lincoln R. One other feature, I think, sorry, I don't recall you mentioning the concept of intrusive R. Is that right? Did you mention the concept of intrusive R before?
Yes.
Okay, so that's something to keep in mind because it, it pops up in some accents, but it's not something that we are going to find as usual as linking R, because linking R, it's contained partially in the spelling, or basically it's a spelling. The letter R is present. So, and the concept of I just want to discuss the concept of rhotic accent versus non-rhotic, as we tend to think that a rhotic accent only has a final consonant or sound, in this case R, in which if it's a rhotic accent, the sound is pronounced, and if it's a non-rhotic variety, it's not pronounced. The feature of rhoticity is also present in initial position, right? So when we say, for example, red, or rude, or right, or roar, we when we say the words in English, we have to curl the tongue back, right? Imagine that you say the color in Spanish, so you say rojo, rojo, and you see try to perceive where the tongue is, what your tongue is doing. So you say rojo, rojo, and there's a sound called trill, right, at the beginning, trill, rojo, and your tongue is closer to the alveolar ridge as when you produced the word red, which in which the tongue is curled back, right? When you say roar, red, right, risk, rude, ring. Okay, so in this rhoticity is also present in initial position, not in the same way in all different accents, because sometimes you get English speakers of Scottish or Irish variety in which this roar or this red becomes more like similar to the R in Spanish, like right, right, red, right? So rhoticity, the point is present in initial position and not only in final position, right? Rhoticity is a feature that is present not only in British, but also in not only in American English, but also in British English. Depending on the variety, sometimes rhoticity is present in American English, but also there are other non-rhotic varieties, particularly where there was a huge influence of the British during the times in which there was a huge migration of British to America, the continent, right? And therefore there's a huge type of accent very close to what we could expect from a British speaker in United States, particularly in the East Coast, the upper East Coast. So rhoticity or non-rhotic accents is not specifically a concept that we should be connecting to one specific country, okay? Because it's just a linguistic feature that is most common in some accents, but doesn't exclude the feature from many other accents, right? Remember, same thing in Chile. People in the north, in Santiago, in the south of Chile, in Talca, in Concepcion, we have different accents. We have the same Spanish, but we have different accents. Same thing in Britain and United States. Okay, so it's not a feature of a specific country, but we'd like you to consider this as a linguistic feature present in certain varieties of English. I really enjoyed the activities, the way they were organized. And if I may, I'm going to make some comments for feedback in order to improve certain areas, but in your rubrics, okay? I'm going to make all the comments that I took notes of in your rubric. So it becomes more of a personal feedback. If you are all right with that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Also,
Okay.
teacher,
Yes.
our classmate, Daphne, she has troubles with her internet.
Right. 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 Daphne was in charge of the listening activity, was she?
Yes, and also
The
the other
thing
activities, but
but she lost her connection.
Right.
We try
Sorry
to
to hear.
help her.
Right. Sorry to hear that. And what was she in charge of also, or as well?
Well, she was in charge of the listening activity, the
Mm-hmm.
speaking activity, and she had to explain the Kahoot.
Okay. All right. All right. So, well, that's the thing. You acted as a team, and you uh, the one who was having trouble. That's the thing to do. So that speaks well of you as a team. I guess many of us, at least my part, did not see that was a connectivity issue going on. So yeah, excellent. I mean, yeah, not good for her, good for the team, right? Good for the team. That's my point.
yes.
All right. Um, does anyone have a comment, a question, feedback, anything that had to do with the topic or the micro session itself? How many people participate in the Kahoot? Do you have a number?
I guess they were 10 or 11.
11.
Right, right. They were like 10 or 11, right? And in the room, we've got 27. Um, and you were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With me, 6, 21. So 11 students out of 21 participated. How do you explain that? I'm not making you responsible, right? Uh, how do you explain that? What do you think?
I guess maybe they didn't have good connection.
Okay.
Or I don't know.
Yes, I think that a bad connection, and maybe because they didn't want to play too. So yeah, could be both.
Um, uh, do you have the link to the Kahoot game so that maybe you can modify it and send it to me so I can post it in the LMS, but a Kahoot that can be used at your own pace. You can edit it and not use it as a competitive activity, with timing, etc., etc., but an activity in which you can use only to test yourself. Is that possible? Am I
Yes.
asking too much? Yeah.
Yes. No. We. Well. I don't know how to use it very well, but I can answer to my classmates.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Because I was thinking about these about 10 students who were not engaged in the activity, probably because of technical issues. So for those students, maybe it would be a good opportunity to have the Kahoot in the LMS to, use it at some point when the connection improves.
Yes, I'm going to put the link on the chat.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that. And therefore, I can upload it. Or students who did not participate in the activity can also review it later on as to study as well. Do you have any other links that you would like to share with the rest of your classmates in order for them to practice to you know for later times. Maybe they can decide to study this. I'm going to post one. If you have any other link, please make sure you copy and paste it in the LMS or in the chat. Okay, I think it's faster in the chat, right? So there you are. There you have excellent. Okay, all right. So if there are no further questions, if it's everything clear, I guess we should close up the session. We should I don't know if you have a different class, so you may freshen up, stretch your legs before your next meeting. Okay, so thank you, Camila, Sarah, Margaret, Constanza, and Daphne for your micro teaching. As I mentioned before, I really enjoyed the way the activities were designed. I think I could notice that there was teamwork in your effort here. Designing a class is not an easy task, but I think you managed to pull it through. And I think if we had a different, another activity quite similar to this one later on, not necessarily with the same topic, I think you would do even better because, you learn from experience and you can identify with which elements probably could be better for next time. So I'm going to send you the rubric, hopefully this week, with all the comments that I have right here. Okay. The idea is to try to give a more personalized feedback to students who are working with the micro teaching sessions, considering that it's the feature of connected speech that they are teaching, but I'm not assessing the teaching skills because you have not gone through methodology courses yet. So this is an activity to practice and gain, right, and develop pedagogical skills as an excuse while I'm assessing other linguistic elements, right? So always think about this activity which connects pronunciation or linguistic skills and pedagogical skills into one single unit. Okay, because you are here not only to master the English language, but also to know how to teach it and get more exposure and practice to these teaching activities. Sarah, you were going to say? Ms. Cartes, any comment?
Oh, yes, I would like to say that I post the link of a video in the chat that help us to understand the topic, the intrusive error also, and the linking error.
Wonderful, excellent. Thank you so much, Sarah. The intrusive R it's very, very uncommon, right? Very uncommon. Some speakers produce it, but it's very uncommon.
Yes, and then
Yeah.
in the video are examples too, so it is easy to understand.
Super, excellent. Appreciate the effort, and because I understand that you have to research, you have to plan, you have to get together, and all these virtually. So thank you for all the effort. I'll see you next session, which I think it's going to be on Thursday. Yes, Thursday, right? And on Thursday, we should have at least 2 micro teaching sessions, right? You are the first one, probably Karen, Thais, Carla, Ninoshka, and Daniela with linking, yeah. and Paulina, Javiera de la Fuente, Juan, Javiera Morales, and Camila Otarola with linking wu. Nevertheless, I strongly suggest that the following groups should be also ready just in case. Gloatling, Karina Pino, Esteban Díaz, Fanny Salas, Daniela Cabrera, Viviana Ibáñez, and Juncture, Tamara Martí, Patricio Santander, Joaquín Pino, Álvaro Paso, and Martina Jovanovic, just in case, because you never know, okay? Don't tell me that I didn't warn you before, okay? So be ready just in case, okay? Thank you for the patience. We're going to stop recording now.